November 14, 2025. You're going to need one of these is what I use. I mean, CJ203A, 2003A CJ. Rear axle puller set, snapper on it. Now you get various different sizes of these. That goes there. Use that for your, use your wheel nuts. Use that to pull it if it don't want to come out. Yep, and that's a slide hammer. That goes with it. And with the slide hammer, you'll need to buy an adapter. And then you'll need a kit. It goes a little like this. This one, I think putting a number on the box. They've all got numbers on them though somewhere probably. This one's an OTC 7495, which is a really small one. The big one, 7479 upside down. And the one that fits this one, a 7496. And this is an axle saver bearing that I put in last summer. And the reason I put the axle saver in is because of that groove and the damage that's on this axle. And you can see where the other one was riding improperly. And it was already cutting the groove right there. You can feel it right there. Just a little bit of a ridge. But the reason I pulled it is because, you guessed it, she's leaking. Leaking again. So I ordered a new axle. You can see the gear oil in my drum. And no, it's not brake fluid. I got some handy dandy weapons. You will have to jack up both sides. Because if you don't jack up both sides, you won't get your pin out. You don't get your pin out, you don't get your C-lock out. So, you know, you got to pull this locking bolt, pull your lock pin out. See, I just put the bolt back in just to hold the pin back in, keep everything in place. I'm using a magnet on this job. So you can see I got my bolts right there. I'm going to put this cap back on it until cover back on it until the axle shaft gets here and the bearing and the seal gets here. So I'm going to put another new bearing and seal in there and another brand new axle shaft in there. You will need a magnet if your C-lock doesn't just fall out. You're having problems getting it out. I used this 5/16, 8mm, 1/4 inch drive. Got a bigger ratchet. Got to be careful not to over tighten this and break it. So it comes out right across here. So I'm going to keep it together in case hammering that vibrates things and it twists out and falls apart, which it rarely does, but it might. It's possible. I highly doubt it will, but it's possible. But you'll still have to fiddle with it to get it back all lined up and stuff. So instead of fiddling with it, I save myself a little time there by just putting the pin back in, making sure it don't go out. And it's also lined up pretty good to allow the axle shaft to slide back in the way it's supposed to. And then you can pull the pin out, and then you can slide it in the rest of the way. Put your C-lock in, push it back out, and then put your pin back in, and then put your lock bolt back in. I use silicone on the pan. I'm going to use a gray heavy-duty ultra gasket maker. I don't know if it's exactly silicone, but it's a form of silicone. I use it to put oil pans on and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, if you don't have the right tools, getting that axle bearing out of there can be fun. Quite fun. So, hopefully to get some more time out of this rear end, because it looks like I'm going to have to put spider gears in it pretty soon, because they're damaged. that's about all I can do here for right now. Waiting on Rock Auto to send me my parts. Ordered 2 days ago. Put me a sack on that, put my cover back on, keep all the dirt out of it. Start putting tools up, disassemble that, put it all back together, put it all back up, put everything there back up, and get ready for reassembly. Beautiful day out here. Should be deer hunting. The old taxi cab is not a taxiing. Later in the 405. God bless.